Hello, my name is Roselin Rosario Melendez, and this is my STEM story, and it's brought to you by Nuevo Foundation. So let's start with a little bit about me. I am from Ay Bonito, Puerto Rico. Ay Bonito is a very small town in the center of the island, near where that small Puerto Rican flag is on the map of Puerto Rico. I'm showing you also on this slide a few pictures of me when I was a little girl and I was growing up in studying and all of that in Ay Bonito. And also a few pictures because of me recently, because I try to go back almost 2 times a year to visit my family. Ay Bonito is a beautiful place. It's a small town. It's also known as the Garden of Puerto Rico. It is known by its tall mountains, beautiful flowers, and also by its cooler weather. And most of the year, it is covered by fog except in the mornings and in the evenings. Also about me, I love traveling, and I'm showing you here a bunch of pictures of some of my travels throughout the last about 7 to 8 years. Growing up, I never had the opportunity to travel anywhere. I didn't go anywhere outside of Puerto Rico until I was in college. And then now I have visited so many different places in Europe and Asia. I've been to Australia, and that's something that I love doing, and I try to do it a couple times a year because I love learning about different cultures, different places, tasting different food. So it's something that I really enjoy doing a lot. So now let's get into my STEM journey. So it is started, of course, in Ay Bonito, Puerto Rico, when I was, growing up, learning about, just general topics and going to school. But I never had a lot of contact with STEM. So the real start was when I went to college. And for college, I went to the University of Puerto Rico at Calley. So Calley is also a small town, is right next to Ay Bonito. And there are 2 reasons why I went to Calley. One, it has a very good, strong program for sciences. And 2, it is fairly close to my house. It's only 40-minute commute. And that's really what I could do at the time. My family didn't have the means for me to commute to a farther away campus and stay there. So I had to manage to commute every single day back and forth from my parents' house to school. And while at Calley, I had a very good education while I was majoring in chemistry. And not only that, I didn't just go to school, get my laboratories and classes. I also started doing research and going into laboratories to start learning about what is research, because I never got exposure before. So I had the opportunity to do research at Texas A&M University and also the pharmaceutical company Merck. And those 2 experiences really exposed me to a whole new world of what possibilities of I could do as a career in research. I graduated from the University of Puerto Rico, and I decided to continue and pursue a higher education in chemistry. And I joined Rutgers University in the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology. There I was pursuing my PhD, and I worked doing research on polymers and biomaterials that could be used for drug delivery applications, or to extend the duration of different medications in the body. So I was doing a lot of synthesis work. I was characterizing all the materials that I was synthesizing, and also doing studies in vitro and in vivo to see their performance. I got to publish my work in different journals. I was very fortunate to have 7 different peer-reviewed publications. And in addition to that, I started filing patents about the new work that I was doing with my research advisor. So we were synthesizing these new biomaterials that had never existed before. So we wanted to make sure that they were legally protected through a patent. Once I finished graduate school, I got a all that knowledge, I took it with me and I went into my very first job. I decided to go into industry, and my first job was at a company called Ingredient. And although their main business is in the supplying raw materials for food applications, I was in their green biomaterials group. Although I didn't dress like this picture every single day, when I had to go to the pilot plant, it was required for us to use proper PPE, including hard hat. I learned a lot while at Ingredient, but then I decided that I wanted to do something completely different. And something that I had learned, when I was in grad school was about the need of having chemists and also polymer chemists in the cosmetic industry. And I grew up really loving and liking cosmetics my entire life. So I thought it could be a perfect fit. And that's how I moved into my current company, L'Oreal USA. So L'Oreal is the #1 cosmetic company in the world. And I started in their pre-development lipstick lab. So I was doing innovation work to formulate products, so create these formulas for long wear and transfer resistant lipsticks. I worked in so many different projects, and I was very fortunate to get 2 products that I worked on currently on the market: the Superstay Matte Ink and the Superstay Ink Crayon, both launched by Maybelline. Of course, since I learned about patents when I was in grad school, that's something that I have a lot of passion for, and I started submitting and filing patents while at L'Oreal. And so far, I have 9 patents for different lipstick formulas and products that I worked on. Then last year, while still working at L'Oreal, of course, I was selected externally as a AAAS IF-DEN ambassador to the American Association for the Advancement of Science. And Lyda Hill Philanthropies created this program to select 125 women in the US to represent what a woman working in STEM fields look like, and all the different fields in which we work on, and help inspire the next generation, both boys and girls, showing them what they could potentially be. Thanks to this recognition, I got to meet Nuevo Foundation and its founder, Beatriz Mendez Gandica, which had become one very close friend, and is giving me the opportunity to talk about my STEM journey today and share all that information with you. So this is something that I continue to do. I spend a lot of my spare time on these activities, outreach, and sharing my knowledge and my information and my career path with mainly students and the younger generation. Now, since it's been like a year and a half that I'm no longer working on on lipsticks, I'm working now on face makeup, and I'm working not only as a formulator, but also as a team leader. And I'll tell you a little bit more specific about what I'm doing currently on the next slide. And then in the future, I don't know. You see, my pathway has been going in many different directions. It hasn't been a completely linear pathway. So I really don't know what the future holds for me, but I'm already planning to see where I can go. So my current job, I am an associate principal scientist. That's my title, and also a project leader. And I work, I still work in the lab, but I also lead all the projects and also manage a team of scientists. And some of the skills that I use every day that I want to highlight, that I think that is very important for people to know, one is creativity. And I used to think that I wasn't a creative person because I used to think of creativity as, being an artist and painting or dancing, acting, but that's not all it is for creativity. STEM fields, chemistry, and the cosmetic research and industry, there's a lot of creativity involved, and we have to be very creative to create these new products. Another skill is leadership. So as a project leader, as a team leader, I need to make sure that I have, those skills and I use them, and I, make decisions, help people get to where they need to be. Multitasking is another very important skill that I use every day, because I not only have one project, I have many different projects and tasks that I need to complete, and I need to make sure that they all, move together at the same time. And so I need to be, to be a good multitasker, I need to also have a good sense of time management. There's so many things to do and only so many hours in the day. So I make sure that I manage my time as well as I can. Then taking the initiative. Of course, I get, a lot of the direction of where things and projects need to go, but sometimes I just don't sit there and wait for things to happen. I take the initiative. I'll try to create different plans, and what are the things that I think should be the next steps, and things like that. Then collaboration and teamwork is super important. There's not such a thing as an individual contributor in STEM. And we all work in teams, and we need to collaborate. Each person brings something different to the table, a different expertise. So it's super important that we can get along with the team. And then consistency. So I need to do all of that, and I need to be consistent about it. I cannot just be, good at multitasking and time management one day and terrible the next. I have to keep all those skills, striving for the highest level and maintaining them. That way we go from the idea to getting things done. Then I want to talk about a little bit my advice to you. What is it that I feel are things that I keep in mind as I progress in my career, and also I wish I had learned about them a lot earlier. One is find a mentor and do not be afraid to ask for help. If there's someone that you think you could learn from, ask them, would you be able to mentor me? The worst thing that could happen is that they say no. It's okay. If a person doesn't have the time or the willingness to help you, it's fine. But don't be afraid to ask. Then work hard. For me, success has not been a gift. I have to work very hard to earn it. And I believe this is true for most of the population. So if you want to be successful, you have to work hard to earn it. And then be patient. We don't finish our studies and suddenly become the CEO of a company, unless you create your own company. But careers are a progression, and you have to go one step after the other to continue climbing to where you want to be. It's not like you get from the bottom and there is like a trampoline that you can jump off and get to the top. It's really more of a step-by-step process. So be patient. You will get there. Just keep working very hard and you will get that success that you're looking for. And then the last one is do not compare yourself to others. You're unique. Each person is unique. Even if you go to the same school, take the same classes than other people, not two career paths are exactly the same. There's, many different things going on from a professional and also personal perspective. So do not compare yourself to others. It really is not going to do anything good for you. Just set your goals and set your efforts into achieving those goals, and get satisfaction for what you achieve, not what others are achieving. So I want to now, in closing, tell you a little bit about Nuevo Foundation and their mission, which is to inspire kids to be curious, confident, and courageous by discovering the world of STEM. I love Nuevo Foundation from the very first day that I heard about it and learned what all the good things that they are doing. So if you want to stay in touch with Nuevo Foundation, you can always contact them via email. You can go to their website at nuevofoundation.org, Of course, follow them on social media. They're on Instagram and they do really cool posts. And also they post about the opportunities that you can have to do different types of activities and workshops. Please provide your feedback about this presentation and anything else that you would like to see from Neuro Foundation. And thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed this.